Hello and welcome to today's episode of Dr. Simone's Mindspace. Today live from Stockholm Airport. I'm sitting in the lounge and getting ready to return home to Zurich after some time up here in our place in Stockholm. I've talked to you before about living in two places, but today I'm going to talk to you about swimming against the stream. And living in two places is also swimming against the stream, since that's not the norm. People usually don't live in two different countries at the same time and have two apartments in two different countries and decide to have a family and continue a lifestyle in different countries. Throughout my entire life, I've been swimming against the stream. Life is more colorful that way, yet also more challenging. You're very exposed to criticism, opinions, people questioning your choices, and express that often also in a rather aggressive way. Why is that the case? People feel questioned in their own choices when they see someone dare to do what they might have liked to do themselves but didn't have the courage to. This causes cognitive dissonance in them, and in return, they respond with questioning one's choices to feel better themselves and reduce the dissonance. Many would like to live a life different to the one they do, comparing to the mainstream, but don't dare to take action and change the status quo. Swimming with all the other fish is very easy. And because it's so easy, it's also the way the majority of people do. That's why they question people who do not, because it's often challenging to do something different. It's easy because you don't have to think about the choices you make. Acting and taking decision without major thought processes involved. That's what most people do. They just follow along. Oh, there's a line. Let me just stand in line with everyone else, rather than figuring out, oh my gosh, I have no interest in standing in line. I would like to actually go somewhere else and find a line that's shorter or where there's no line. Staying in this place of least resistance is what the majority of people do. This place of least resistance is the average, monotone, boring place, which lacks excitement, desire, creativity, sparkle, yet the majority of society still deviates to this place. Why is that? Well, swimming against the stream includes anxiety. It makes one second guess one's choices by lacking role models, having many people around that rather than supporting one's different choice, question it, put it down and as less desirable choice. Just because they don't dare to do something different than the mainstream, they want you to feel that it's not a good idea to not do what the mainstream does. It needs a very thick skin and solid self-esteem to keep swimming against the stream and not crumble of all the heavy current against one's own dreams, goals, and inspirations. The more we do it, however, the easier it becomes, and the more empowered it becomes too, to swim one's own flow. To swim one's own flow, I think, is my motto that I had throughout the entire life. But how can we maintain that swimming against the current, that swimming exercise that is so challenging? We have to believe in ourselves. I know, easier said than done, of course. But it's essential to be a role model for others, to show like, hey, you can do it differently too. You don't have to follow everyone else's way. This is how I've done with my pregnancy now, very, very much so, and also talk to friends who are in the stage of deciding whether to have a family or not. And that's also how we're really planning to do with our child. We're not gonna do like everyone else, and obviously that causes a lot of friction and a lot of, why are you doing this differently? Why are you living in two places? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And then you need to be able to either ignore all these questions or just be very self-confident in your answer and say, this is just the way we do, or we prefer it this way, period. But then it's also important to surround yourself with people, like-minded people, people that support you, encourage you, and empower you, that see how you live and find it inspiring, or maybe just are happy for you and you are happy for them. And then we can reach higher. We can swim with stronger muscles against the stream and be this role model for everyone else. So I hope this has been inspiring to you to try and not follow everyone else's way of living and tagging along the boring mainstream 0815 style, as we say in Switzerland, but dare to reach to the stars and do something different instead. So, live from Stockholm Airport, and soon to be back in Zurich, straight from the airport to the body, of course, enjoying a swim before going home. And have a great day and talk to you soon.